What's up everyone, this is AZN here, and today you guys are watching my figure review on the 112 full-scale action figure model kit Megaman X or Megaman X by Kotobukiya. So here's the box of the figure. You get to see a little illustration of X himself in the cover. The bottom, you got Kotobukiya Megaman X, which is the English name obviously. And on the side you get to see like a prototype of the figure, what it looks like once you assemble all that, which I already did. So yeah, I don't really want to spend too much time looking over the box, so let's get onto the figure itself. Alright, so here's the kit fully assembled. So I built this yesterday around Friday, and today is Saturday. So this kit took me about 2 or 3 hours to fully assemble. And it's pretty straightforward for the most part. Like, there are a couple of issues I do have with this figure, but other than that, it's a really clean looking figure. As you can see, I'm not too sure if the camera's gonna pick it up or not, but I do have a lot of nub marks on mine. I am no professional by any means. I just wanted to get it because it looks like a really cool kit, and I always loved X design, so it was kind of a no-brainer to buy this, especially since I missed out on the DR's version. So yeah, I'm gonna get more into that, but if you do buy this kit, be careful when you fully assemble, because around this thigh area, if the camera will pick it up, I sort of messed up his thigh a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world. I can always get some clay and probably like seal that up and get the same color paint as the kid and probably like repaint it or whatever. So yeah, it's not a big deal. As long as you're careful, unlike me, then you probably will make this kit look a lot more cleaner than I did. So it comes with 2 extra faces. It comes with a more stern / neutral face, and it comes with a yelling face. And how you swap these out is pretty simple. So you take this face off, which is the teeth grinning face, by the way, one that's more really pissed off. Anyway, so how you take this off is hold on, let me just see this out real quick. Alright, there we go. So take it off just like that. It's pretty simple, really. So yeah, you just slide, you want to make sure it slides in there perfectly, and boom, there you go. He comes with a lot of extra set of hands. He comes with 2 of these jazz type hands. He comes with these claw grabbing hands for like carrying his buster, which is already on him. And he comes with a extra gauntlet for his right arm. And how you swap it is pretty simple, so I'm just gonna do it really quickly. And you can also put this buster on either arm, by the way, but I'm pretty sure most of you already knew that. So yeah, you just take this off and you see this peg. You want to make sure it slides in there, and there you go. So now you got X without his buster. So yeah, the buster looks really nice. Like, I really like the jewel effect, that not really a jewel effect, but I like the plastic that you use. It doesn't look cheap, it actually looks pretty realistic. So yeah, I like that a lot, but I'm gonna get more into that with the detail and the sculpt and all that. He also comes with these really cool looking blast effect parts. I mean, this is the only blast effect part he comes with. Be careful when you touch these things. It's like these edges right here are really sharp. Like, I practically gave myself a cut not too long before I recorded this, so be very careful. But this piece looks really cool. And also comes with this wave type effect part. I can't even remember the name of it. So yeah, if you were concerned that it doesn't come with a special effect piece, it does. Just be careful with these sharps. Like seriously, like they can really cut you. Alright, here's a closer look of the figure. in detail. So I really love this detail a lot, man. Everything about it is just perfect. I always love X design, as I mentioned before, even though it's pretty simple. So there's nothing much to really go over, but the detail itself looks pretty clean. Now I did mention earlier that you notice a lot of nub marks on mine. Well, that's because I'm not that good at building kits or put kits together. I just really wanted to get it because I always wanted the next figure. So yeah, it's not perfect. I'm no professional, like I also said before, but the figure itself looks really damn good. So yeah, I like it a lot. And I also mentioned how I really love the jewel that they use. Like, even though it's plastic, it doesn't look cheap. It looks really realistic. So I like that in an action figure. And at the bottom of his boots or his foot, you can also see the same thing with the jewels as well, as that very realistic look to it, which I love. So yeah, nothing much to go over. It's a pretty solid looking kit in terms of his detail. So yeah, just be careful when you're trying to put this together. Don't make the same mistake like I did, like what I done with the leg right there. So you want to be careful while putting this kit together, and that's all. So if you guys are way more experienced than I am, I'm pretty sure you won't have much of a problem putting this guy together. Okay, so articulation on this guy. His head can go up and down, can do it 360 degrees, pretty good. Around the arms, you can also do it 360 degrees, and you get like a little butterfly joint right there. I will have to warn you about the arms. If you're trying to put them in a certain pose, it tends to pop out of place. I thought, since this was a re-release, I thought that it wasn't going to be present with this version, but unfortunately it is, because I've seen many other reviews of it, and it's just about bad as mine is, but it's not popping out of place now. So as long as you be careful trying to pose this guy, then I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. But I wish they could have found out some other way to keep that joint in place from popping out. So moving on to the elbow joint, it can bend pretty good, like a little over 90, and there's like a gap right there, so I will warn you guys, it doesn't personally bother me too much. So yeah, you can always just hide it, so it's not a big deal. Around the wrist, you can go 360 degrees. Thanks to them actually having a ball joint inside of there, you can swap out the hands without an issue, which I forgot to mention earlier while I was going over the accessories. But you know now, so it's not a big deal. So around the legs, I feel like this is kind of like the weakest part of the kit. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say the weakest. Let me take that back. It's a little difficult to pose this guy with the legs. It's like it does go outward in a really weird position, as you can see, and I think it might have a lot to do with the way that this crotch piece was built, although I could be wrong about that. I mean, I'm not the one who built the figure, so I don't really consider myself to be a pro when it comes down to know about like the manufacturer or like the modern when it comes down to the figure and all that stuff. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Anyway, so yeah, the legs, they can go up pretty decent. Like, just don't expect it to, you know, go out too far, but it's good enough. And around the knee joint, it can bend pretty good. If you bend it a little too far, you can see there's a pretty big gap right there. And around the foot, you get a little like ankle pivot. And I will warn you, if you put these in for the first time, it's gonna be really hard to put these back in because of the way that the joint's designed. I don't feel like taking them out just to show you, because like I really struggled to put these on properly. So yeah, and I also forgot to mention that he has an ab crunch. It can also do a 360, but this part is trying to split on me, so I'm not gonna bother doing that. So yeah, other than that, the figure, in terms of his articulation, is pretty good for the most part. It's just that some parts of the joints are a little tighter than I would like it to be. but it's really not a bad figure at all. So I really like it a lot. So the articulation, not too bad. So you can pretty much get like a pretty decent amount of poses, just like how you wanted them to do, like from the games and stuff. So yeah, overall, articulation is pretty solid. Final thoughts on this figure. I highly recommend it, especially if you're a big Megaman X fan, especially if you missed out on the DR's version. You don't want to miss out on this one, especially if you missed out on the DR's one, especially. But anyway, I keep repeating the same stuff. So it does have its issues. Like mine, for some reason, like the back keep trying to separate when I put it in certain poses. I might end up having to glue that. But other than that, this is a really solid figure. It comes with a decent amount of accessories. The articulation is pretty good. Like no issues there. So yeah, like other than that, it's a pretty solid model kit. If you're up to the task of putting it together, because I know not everyone is fond of building model kits, so if you're not really into model kits, I say you probably might have to give it a big pass on this. If you have enough money to get the DR's version, I say definitely get that if you have enough money for that. But if you want something like a little less cheaper or way less cheaper than the DR's one, buy this. Even though some of you might not be too fond of putting this guy together, so if you don't want to put this guy together, and if you can't really handle the issues that this figure comes with in terms of its articulation and stuff like that, then it probably won't be for you. So with that being said, despite these couple of issues that I have with this figure, I'm definitely going to give it a 8 out of 10. This is definitely a really solid model kit. I really love the articulation. It's a really great display piece to put on your shelf. So yeah, hopefully I get Zero one day, or maybe around later this year I might do a review on him. And so yeah, this has been AZN. If you guys like what you saw in this video, make sure you give me a like, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for more notifications whenever I drop a new video. And so yeah, hope you guys have a great, safe day, and I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace. And it also comes with one more, which is already on the kit. I'll just tear the hair off. Hit that.